That's hard to work with people like that. Because you could have got it all done, and now you
could have easily.
Now you got to go back.
Well, and then I spent like 40 minutes trying to figure it out, so I was running behind at that point.
Yep. No, I get it. Yeah, you had a rough week as well.
Yeah, and I told him that, like, and I had like some crazy big drone job with video, and it was confusing because it was a mom and son team, and the mom was saying one thing, the son was texting me and calling me other things, and then they gave my phone number to the landowner, and he called me like 7 times, and it was just...
But why do you have to deal with that stuff? Wouldn't the real estate agent and the company have to deal with those questions?
Because the real estate agent is usually not there while I'm there. So when they're not there, I have to figure out everything.
Yep.
Whether that's from a homeowner, whether it's from my brother-in-law, whether that's from the real estate agent.
That's crazy.
Some agents have assistants that I have to get a hold of to talk to instead. Like, it's just...
That's foolish.
This week has just been like...
Yeah.
ramping up in stress, and I finally told him, I'm like, I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's life, and then all of this stuff happening at work. I said, I am freaking out.
That's funny.
And my drone has been a little dumb. Like, it likes to reset its settings, and then I don't catch it, and then, like, I get home, and I'm, like, trying to share the photos or whatever to him, and I'm like, well, guess what? Didn't realize it until after I've done every job today, but here's the pictures. They might not work. And
oh, no.
So I was just like, kind of at that
done.
limit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. I get it. And Wheezy's doing good?
Yeah, for the most part.
Excellent.
He's going to be picking up extra hours because they just had someone quit. So.
Oh, no.
He's probably going to be working a bunch of Saturdays. And
yeah.
I think this week, he worked yesterday, and then this week he has like 2 late shifts, so they're like longer days. I think he's doing the full length of the day.
Okay.
So they're technically open until like 7 p.m. or something. So he's going to be working basically 7 to 7.
Yep. Wow.
And then picking up like Saturdays too.
Will he get overtime?
Yeah.
All right.
My dog is ridiculous up there.
I see it.
She's trying to make her blankets comfy.
Man, Ella does that. Steph will make the bed, and as soon as she walks out, Ella jumps right up on the bed, and you can see her how huge she is. She takes her paws and starts moving everything and destroys all the job that Steph did. It's crazy, just to snuggle into a good position. It's funny. So your dog still has a harness on it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool.
She doesn't get out of it. She doesn't listen. My dogs are not trained to pay attention very well.
All right.
They just... all of them have a one-track mind. We used to, our other dog that passed away, we used to let her out free-range, basically, because she would not leave our side. All of the other ones, they have all run away before, and we've had to chase them down the road, and I just don't trust them.
No, my last dog was a runner. Hated it. Frustrated the crap out of me. And it would take us forever to get her back in, but I'd be super angry. And only Ella did it once. So we're pretty cautious about it, just because she's a bully breed. And there's a lot of dogs around. There's a lot of people, a lot of kids, and all that stuff. And so if you look at her at certain angles, like, wow, that's a scary looking dog. And she's huge. And so I don't want her to just approach people and all that stuff. So
honestly, my little one is the one I would be most worried about biting someone.
Wow, okay. Yeah, I don't think Ella would bite somebody, but just the fear factor alone. I fully understand the fear factor.
Yeah, my little one behaves strangely.
Okay.
When she interacts with people outside of her own house. Mm-hmm. In the house, I don't have any concerns.
All right.
I don't think she would ever even blink at someone walking in that she's never met before. But out on the street, if someone tried to come up to her, she's very weird behavior. Kids and everything. She just like is very standoffish and starts peeing everywhere. And she's immediately intimidated by people not at her house. Yeah. So
that's understandable. Apparently anxiety is a thing for dogs as well.
Yeah, she's connected to me.
Hey, that's okay.
Can't go to the bathroom without her.
I'm gonna get a drink. Be right back.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, wow. Oh, Mark is joining. Look at that. Oh, why am I super bright?
Just in time. You are super bright all of a sudden.
Yeah, I fixed it earlier. Now that's the power of Elgato, man. Elgato is garbage.
I know. Mine's kind of bright too, actually.
No, you got good skin tone color. I don't. I'm shining.
I try to mess around with it, but like because of my window right there.
Yes, yeah.
The light, it changes really quickly.
Yeah, because it'll focus on that. It's the whole thing with photography and stuff. It's a pain in the butt.
Yep. I don't think there's really any Nintendo news that I'm aware of.
It honestly doesn't even matter anymore. Nintendo's out of it until they announce the Switch 2.
Unless you're just a Nintendo fanboy, of course, then everything
That's it, yeah.
Great, but...
Listen, I'll still love Nintendo no matter what. For the rest of my life, I will love Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. The Switch is a great system.
Mario Kart always has a soft spot in my heart.
Mario Kart, Mario Party, all of that stuff. So the core Mario experience, this is podcast talk, to be honest, but the core Mario core Nintendo experience, which is Nintendo exclusives, amazing, perfect. But all the other stuff, the third-party stuff, like the whole Mortal Kombat fiasco, do you hear about that? That's incredible.
How terrible it is on there.
That's so good.
Oh my gosh.
So Ed Boon, who's the creator of Mortal Kombat, apologized and said we're going to get that fixed. But how can you get that fixed
How would you even release it?
Yeah, exactly. But they probably had a contract with Nintendo. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It's
Poopfield.
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Mark
Good,
Ryan.
Dude. Mark Ryan, there he is. Mark Ryan.
Y'all just think I'm just full of hate, you know.
Ultimate hater.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It's in the name.
I'm trying to mess with this Elgato stuff, man. It's crazy.
So, Chris, just as a heads up, Microsoft should buy Nintendo, and then Nintendo's going to eventually be, their games are going to be on all systems. Microsoft probably first, and then PlayStation will clue in if they're still around. If they keep Jim Ryan, PlayStation's done. They are going to fall way behind. Just going to happen. Big casino, ching, ching. All right, we're going to start here in 50 seconds.
Where's Lee?
Lee is on the coast of Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, on vacation in one of those Spanish islands, or Spanish-owned islands.
I remember he said he was going on vacation, but I didn't know where he was going. But Africa.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So it's on the coastline of Africa. He says it's Spanish-owned islands or something. I don't know, but he's gone for over a week, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so, because he said he was leaving yesterday, I thought?
Yeah, yesterday.
and then through Sunday or something.
PlayStation's already behind? Oh, we need Chris Khan on this podcast to talk about PlayStation. I like that. Because I think Chris likes PlayStation. So here we go. You guys ready? Gaming Podcast, episode 82. Hey, welcome to episode 82 of the Gamers Pass podcast, where us gamers get together. We chat about video games and the gaming industry, and just group of friends hanging out, chatting about video games, and we love it. And we got really, it's pretty much all Xbox today, just because the tidal wave of Xbox is incredible, and you can't hide it. You can only surf the hype and enjoy it. And if you are not an Xbox fan, you are now drowning in the awesomeness that is Xbox, right, Mark?
Yeah, Xbox is great.
Achievement unlocked.
Yeah, it is.
All right, I think I have actually a sound clip saved for achievement unlocked as well, which is kind of funny. Hold on here. Yeah, right here. I know you guys can't hear it, but... So, joining us today, we have the ultimate hater, Mark himself. Mark, how you doing, and what have you been playing this week?
I'm doing good. So this week I've been back into Warzone. I have been playing GTA 4.
Oh!
I downloaded that on Steam, and it just to play it because it's one of those games nobody ever talks about with GTA. Literally nobody ever talks about GTA 4. And I just wanted to give the story a playthrough again just to see, go back through it, see what it's like. It was a great game for what it was, but nobody, like I said, nobody ever talks about it, so I was glad to play that again. I randomly started playing Among Us again for a couple matches. Got old after I was trolling a few people.
No, not you.
Yeah, not me.
Ultimate Troller 87.
Let me see, what else have I played? That is about it. I've been wanting to really dive into Starfield, honestly, I have, and but that's a game where I want to stream it as well, and for some reason I'm having issues getting Streamlabs to pick it up for the game capture. I just don't know what's going on.
Don't use Streamlabs.
Oh, that's probably
That's your issue.
Exactly where it is. Yeah.
We told you last time, Mark, use OBS Studio.
Yep.
You have to.
Streamlabs takes so much out of your PC to run.
Lee, go back to vacation.
What?
Stop talking to
Lee.
us. Go back to vacation. Good to see you, buddy. All right, keep going. Sorry about that. I cut you off, Kirby. I do apologize.
No, you're fine. Mark, are you finished? Or...
Oh yeah. That's
okay.
That's
all right.
all I played this week.
No, and hey, I'll tell you, last night we made a reference in the car driving to the hockey game about GTA 4. We talk about GTA 4 all the time only because what James just put, hey, Nico, let's go bowling. You just get constant calls from your cousin to go bowling, play darts, play pool, hang out with me, all of this other stuff. But GTA 4 is amazing. I loved GTA 4. I'd like to know how many hours I put into GTA 4 just because it was a wonderful New York experience. It was so good. All right. And joining us as usual now, it is Kirby Last. Kirby, how are you doing? And what have you been playing?
Doing all right. I've been playing Saints Row with my sister. We're enjoying the story. We have some weird glitches a lot in the game. Sometimes they're hilarious and other times they're frustrating. We had to redo a mission like 10 times because it just kept lagging out and it wouldn't finish.
That sucks.
But we're having fun with that. In the game, we just bought like a repo yard or whatever, and we just went and stole our first thing. It was pretty fun.
No, that's awesome.
What else have I been playing? That's basically it. I started playing Lara Croft Definitive Edition.
Okay.
Yeah, just kind of on the couch, hanging out. That's console for me, that game anyway.
I know PC gaming is awesome, but sitting on the couch playing a game on your console is wonderful.
Yeah, I try and keep a couple of games that I like on console instead of everything on the PC, just cozier and.
Okay.
That's what I've been playing.
I've been playing Starfield. That is it. I have not touched any other game. I'm over 5 days of gameplay, however many hours that is, 100 plus hours. What were you gonna say, Kirby?
Crazy.
No, I can't help it. I wake up early in the morning, I play Starfield. Steph's in the kitchen doing something, I pop on Starfield. Jim Ryan. Eat an eggplant, Jim Ryan. Everything else, if there's an opportunity to jump 10 minutes, 15 minutes into Starfield, I'm playing Starfield. I can't get enough of this game. This game's incredible. Yeah. It's all consuming me. Starfield. And there's so much I still haven't checked out, seen, done. I'm hearing awesome experiences. I shared stuff with James and Lee, a Star Wars reference inside Starfield. Mark, I'm not sure if I sent that to you. Did I send you the Anakin Skywalker reference?
No, but I've seen
shoot.
it somewhere on, God, what was it? On TikTok, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, the body of, or Anakin Skywalker's skeleton with the digipic that's representing a lightsaber from Revenge of the Sith is there. And that's stuff like that is incredible. Crashfield, Bugfield, and Weakfield? No, not at all, Chris. Not at all. I will say the latest update, though, has given me probably 5-6 freezes that I had to restart the game, and I never had that before that last update. And so, but the game's easily 10 out of 10, easily. It's that vast and that's good. You can play it any way you want. And if you're like, oh, there's just so much to do, you can't dock a game for giving you hundreds of hours of content. You really can't. But anyways, I will go into a vicious rant on trashing people who give this a terrible score, and it's just crazy. Not surprised to hear with the performance issues. Jim Ryan.
Well, you know what? I think I was sending you a message on Facebook and everything about the performance I'm actually getting for Starfield off of my PC. I was actually impressed. I was getting I was averaging between like 70 and 120 frames per second. It looked beautiful on this PC. So that's why I'm actually excited to really dive into the game. I just really want to stream it though.
Listen, dude, I have suffered with that exact same thing. I have a new game. Do I play it offline or do I stream it? And there's several games that I've just chose to stream and not do it offline. Now I will stream it and then play some offline. That's kind of my thing. And just because I want to play it, but you only do an hour or 2 hours in the evening, whatever, for streaming, and then but I have more time and I don't not want to play it, so that's kind of where I'm at now. So I do both.
Well, and there's so much in that game, it would be hard to just stream it all. I feel like as far as like a normal person with a wife and family at home, like to sit there and stream what you play is. I think wild. Like some games are built for like story. Like a heavy story with no like random side quests. I feel like it's easy to stream a game like that because you can't really derail yourself 400 times. So I think that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I would never just stream that game either. I think it would be too hard to just stream it without
so many side quests and storylines that it's going to take you 2 years just to do it just streaming.
Right.
I think you guys are absolutely right about that, because that's just I'm about to murder the name, Bethesda games.
Yep.
In general, like with Fallout 2 and everything, there's just so much. I mean, there's no way you would have to literally dedicate that like a day a week, streaming that.
Yeah.
And it would take you months, if not a year or two, just to get through all the side quests, all the hidden stuff, and everything like that.
Yeah.
Because you can get lost in those games.
I am lost in those games. I'm just saying, I've not touched anything else since it released. I've not played another game. It's just Starfield. And I'm not getting burnt out from Starfield either. That's the thing.
And that's what's important.
Yeah, it's not okay. I've done enough of this, time to move on. I don't even have a little bit of that. It's just it's like a drug. It's drawing me back into playing more and experience more. Then we got DLC coming, which I don't know what it is. I imagine it's going to be pretty epic, though. But if you look, they said online they're going to support this game for years. So out of all 50 years, if not more, of sci-fi movies and comic books and normal books, there's so much content they could just pull in and keep throwing in this Starfield game and just make the universe so crazy. I have some awesome ideas. I would love to see, and this is crazy. This is from Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, or 2, Wrath of Khan. I think it's Wrath of Khan. I'm a huge Trekkie, by the way, just as a heads up. I love Star Wars. I love Star Trek. So the Wrath of Khan, they can terraform a whole world. They shoot this little missile sort of thing, and all of a sudden the whole world starts to blossom and grow wildlife, everything. I think that would be an awesome storyline to be able to do that. And some of these worlds are so barren that you go to. Wouldn't that be crazy to have a mission? Take this moon or this planet that's dead and do something to trigger evolution. That would be a crazy storyline.
That would be cool.
I would love that. Oh my God. Anyways, I could dedicate a whole podcast just to Starfield, and it would be consecutive weeks because I'm just so excited. So Lance Joe, you'll be playing Poopfield till Spider-Man 2 comes out? No, I won't even play Spider-Man 2. Just as heads up.
Well, let me ask you, have in recent years, has the game captured your attention as much as Starfield has? Where you're excited to play it every game, you just want to dive into it and stuff like that. Like you said, has the game captured your attention as much as Starfield has recently?
To put it like that, I'm going to say recently. So my game of the year still is Star Wars, but I didn't collect everything, and I'm like, okay, I did what I had to do. I'm done. We're Starfield. I just want to keep going and going and going and going and going. So I don't think so, Mark. I think this is it. I think this is the ultimate gaming experience if you allow yourself to get lost for a bit. Some people are saying it's so boring at the beginning, but it's all how you choose to play it. For me, I went to the planet of Crete. I got lost instantly because I didn't really know how to play the game. So I spent 3 hours running around on this barren land, and some people say, well, that's boring. Well, I came across a farmer who's a photographer who got upset at me because I was blocking some of their view. That was funny. I looked in as I was running simulator. I saw a ship in the distance. I ran up, and there was this woman walking with some ugly alien dog type thing. And it was her pet, but she was here to sell me stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. And then a little bit later, I fought this giant monster that is a terramorph, but it was like 10 levels ahead of me, and it destroyed Vasco instantly. But then I killed the terramorph, which I was like, okay, cool. But it was a long battle. It was awesome. Come to find out, 110 hours later, there's a full storyline about terramorphs. And I didn't even know. Because I was lost at the beginning, I was doing my thing, and some people may find that boring, but if you're into exploration, this is just one stinking planet out of 1,000. Out of 1,000. And so this is what I'm talking about, Mark. It is all-consuming. There's nothing really I want to play right now. Or even switch to. I don't know what to do.
Well said.
I'm so sorry. Honestly,
Speechless.
I am. This is where I'm at. I've allowed myself to explore and get lost in the game, whereas people who are looking at it are judging it because they're seeing the online hate and they're listening to this and listening to that instead of just like, okay, I'm going to tune that out. I'm going to experience it for myself. And wow, Bethesda did a marvelous job.
But that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. The way you're describing it, that's a good thing. That means the game was successful at what it was trying to do: capture your attention.
Whew.
Keep you active in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can't really say a lot of games are out there these days that have done that successfully and everything like that. So Starfield was doing it for you. That's perfect. It's like the way you're describing Starfield is like how I feel about Warzone, as frustrating as it can be and everything like that.
It's fun.
That's still a game that I play just about daily.
Yeah, no, I haven't even touched Modern Warfare or Warzone or Call of Duty, whatever. That Starfield has taken me fully from that. But we'll stream it and we'll play it. Just as a heads up, we'll still play it. I've not abandoned video games for Starfield. I will play it. I will play Call of Duty and whatever else you guys want me to play. I'll do it on stream for sure. I just want to establish that. Wonder if they'll do live events. I don't think so. Just because it's not connected to a live server. This is your game. Have fun with it, and that's kind of where we're at. But so we got some news. So, but I'll talk Starfield, like I said, all day. So let's jump into the news. You ready, Lee? Curvy news. We're gonna start with a couple curvy things, and then we'll jump into some stuff. We're not gonna be long today. We're just gonna chat and continue on, even though I've rambled already. So, all right, let's go. What do you got?
So, the Cyberpunk 2077 expansion is coming to Game Pass. The way that I'm understanding it anyways, on the 26th.
2 more days.
Yep. I wasn't sure if it was legit at first, but it just says that it's coming out on the 26th. They just released a huge patch or update, I guess, to fix a lot of the problems in the game. I know that there was a couple of things that, like, people were saying there's one mission that you do that was hilariously terrible, and they fixed it. So they kind of took out something that people were enjoying because it was really horrible, but so I know they did that to fix the quest.
Okay.
I am planning on playing again. I was kind of waiting to see what the update did for the game because I never finished the story either.
All right.
But I've done like all character types, the storylines.
Wow. Okay.
I've started a character over every time I get on and play it, and then I'll play it for a while, and then I just stop, and then I never finish. So I've never actually finished the main game. So
what? Okay.
I'm excited because I had a lot of issues with the glitching in some quests, and it's just like Saints Row. Like there's some things I could never get them to work, and I just had to like quit and come back to it, and then sometimes it worked, sometimes it wouldn't.
Sure.
So I'm excited for the update for the game.
Yeah, me too.
It's in a really cool world, so I think
I'm super excited for Cyberpunk DLC, just as a heads up. I love Cyberpunk 2077. When they fixed it all, it was a great game. That's why I'm saying Redfall in a year will be a fun game. Cyberpunk is truth of that. No Man's Sky is truth of that. Mark, have you played Cyberpunk? Is the DLC with Idris Elba something you're excited for?
No, I haven't played Cyberpunk, and the DLC being on the Xbox Game Pass it got me looking to see if Cyberpunk was even on Xbox Game Pass. So. That's random, but
I don't know.
Awesome.
I think
unless it's a typo.
I will experiment.
Oh,
because I own the game on Steam.
Yes.
So if I can use I don't know if they'll cross like match or whatever. So I'm gonna see if once it comes out on Game Pass, if it will still work because I have the game.
Well, look at this. Well, what if this is a genius move by the Cyberpunk devs? Here's the DLC, has Idris Elba, big huge name, movie star, everything. We're going to throw that on Game Pass. All you have to do is buy the game, and if you already have the game, wonderful. Here's the DLC on Game Pass. Put the game on sale, bam, bam, you earn a whole crap load of extra money.
Yep.
Huh.
It could work.
That's genius. Mwah! That's a great idea, I guess. I don't know. That's cool, though. Cyberpunk, Mark, I'm telling you right now, the world is wonderful. It's dark. It's disgusting. There's nothing happy-go-loving. It is a dreary, disgusting world with rotten people, and it's right up my alley. I love it.
It's a very cool environment. That was the first thing that I got sold on. The character design is pretty good.
Whew. Is it ever? The character design is incredible.
I wish that, like, if I was a character designer in general, like, that would probably be the style I'd go for.
Incredible. Yeah, play it, Mark, if you can. Find out how much it is. Play it. It is so good. All right, what else you got? There was something else you wanted to mention.
Yep, I just was scrolling through the games list that are coming out soon. Paleo Pines is a cozy game. Because I've been playing Palea, I've been keeping my eyes peeled for other things. But you get like little dinosaurs and stuff in it. It's kind of a cutesy game. That's also coming on the 26th. And then Wheezy and I like playing escape room games. And then there's one coming out. I forgot what it's called, and I can't find it now.
That's okay.
Where did it go?
But yeah, while you're looking for that, James and I were playing games kind of together for achievements and stuff for a bit. And one of the games was Escape Academy. That was on Game Pass. I'm not sure if it still is. Kirby had mentioned that earlier, but there's another escape room.
It was still on there because Wheezy and I played it. But the Escape Academy has multiple DLCs, I guess is what they would be.
Yeah.
So the new escape room game is called Tested on Humans Escape Room. It says that it's an escape room in a dark setting that will test your skills, solve puzzles, decode secret codes, find hidden objects, and investigate the different rooms of the research center while you discover the events that led you there. So I assume that you are going to wake up in this room and realize that humans are being tested for who knows what. But it's got my attention a little bit because escape room games are pretty fun to play. Makes you think.
Jim Ryan.
I used to play them a lot.
No, that's awesome. What I said OMG about. Jim Ryan put something about Final Fantasy DLC.
Of course.
Final Fantasy. What? Oh, surprise. PlayStation with another Final Fantasy update. Crazy. It's a cult now. The Final Fantasy nonsense is a cult now. It's ridiculous.
And then I think the only other thing would be, and I just think it's funny because everyone is giving Starfield crap, Metal Gear Solid is locked in at 30 frames as well.
Yeah. For me, and Mark brought up the frames per second and how beautiful Starfield looks and stuff, and that's great and all. But it's been proven over and over, the gameplay technically has to be good and fun, regardless of graphics. But people get caught up in the 30 FPS, 60 FPS locked in, blah, blah, blah. Starfield has proven 30 frames per second on consoles amazing. Still. All these games we played for years that we've loved so much. I could just get into the whole rant about that as well. Metal Gear was a PlayStation exclusive. I'll tell you right now, Metal Gear was a Nintendo exclusive. I played the very first one on the NES. That's true. Duke!
Even the handheld.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you let Dookie bark. It's all good. He's a good puppy. We are a pet-friendly podcast here today. It's all good. No, it's all good. All right, Kirby, anything else?
No, because I know you want to talk about a couple of bigger things. So.
No. Hey, it don't matter. Listen, I talk so much. It's all good if you guys come up with other things. It is totally fine.
Those are the things that stood out to me too. So.
All right, cool. Mark, I'm assuming you got a thing or two, possibly.
Well, let's see. The only thing I got is the Shoutout Showcase, which I unfortunately watched. I wasted about...
You and I watched it together, my man. We watched it together.
I must have wasted at least 30, 40 minutes of my time for absolutely nothing.
Jim Ryan, are you hearing this? Yeah, Jim Ryan, are you hearing this? Mark said he wastes his time watching your showcase.
Oh, it was horrible.
It was a bad showcase.
I didn't watch it, so...
Now give it a watching. The first game they showed is a brand new legs simulator. What I mean is it looks like the guy just got a brand new pair of legs and he's walking. And he can barely walk. The comedy, though, seemed funny.
Yeah, it did.
But the gameplay is just like, okay. Then they had Resident Evil. What? Another Resident Evil stuff? It had Final Fantasy. No way! It had Spider-Man. What? It was nothing. It was terrible.
There was that Gears of War ripoff that actually did look pretty decent.
So the Gears of War ripoff, I don't know if I would. I don't know. It could be fun with the 4 of us playing. The problem is they had they captured live gameplay with the 4 devs, we'll call them, playing it, and they were terrible. They were not selling the game. If this is what you're going to use as a showcase, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take down this big boss. And you need to have somebody like me who gets right into it and yelling and screaming and having a good time. Oh, yeah, let's go. Like, that's what you need to do to sell your game for fun and gameplay. They did.
So exactly. There's a big difference between what Xbox did with the Starfield developers and stuff there.
Yeah.
How excited they were about the game, the energy with it. They made Starfield huge. Then PlayStation Showcase, they had the developers there, and they're like,
yeah. Oh, I'm flanking around the backside. Oh, I died. It was terrible.
Yeah, it was really bad.
It was bad. And
I tried to watch the Nintendo.
I didn't watch the Nintendo
thing.
Kirby. I didn't
finish it.
Oh.
Here's the next game.
Yeah. Listen, okay. I'm the only Xbox fanboy. I want to say everybody watching, the millions watching, the billions watching the VOD. I'm the only Xbox fanboy, okay? So these folks expressing their that's genuine. It's not tainted in any way. I will be honest, mine is not tainted either because I have all systems and I'm just a gamer overall. But since I have Xbox stuff, all of that, then it's
I have all systems too, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm not. What I'm referring to is that I can be biased. And James, you're banned. I can be biased. Oh my gosh, Isaiah took my PlayStation controller. So, because Isaiah's PS5 controller has stick drift, just as a heads up. So he came and took my controller. So I have another one that I got on the day one PS5 that I got. You had to buy another controller with it, or you got another one with it. It's still in the box. I've not opened up, so I got to get it. But that's it. So Isaiah has my controller. Anyways, I can't show you my controller, Mark.
This is the way.
That's PlayStation is not the way.
Yeah, stick drift drives me insane.
Sure.
It drives me insane, and I hate to say it, but Xbox controllers, in my opinion, are a little bit worse when it comes to stick drift after a while. I just don't know why. Maybe it's always the top, the top left for me.
I have a $30 off-brand Xbox controller.
Yep.
It works fine.
Oh, see, I can't trust the off-brands because of going through the late 90s with Mad Cats.
It's just a USB plug-in one. I use it because it's not Bluetooth. I don't gotta have batteries. I just leave it plugged in. I use it on my PC. I use it on my Xbox when I play it.
I haven't heard Mad Cats in a long time.
I know.
Turbo button on there.
I hate spending money on controllers. Like,
I've got
on my PlayStation, I will hook up my mouse and keyboard to that. And
that's
play.
okay.
Well, Xbox controllers just recently dropped their prices. I believe I know here in America, I think they're about $40-something right now.
That's my collection, Kirby, so far.
I see. I would spend the money, but every time I designed my own custom controller for Xbox.
Yeah, me too. I love it. Oh, it's expensive. It's at least $100 for Canadians. It's at least $100.
I think the one that I made, like, it has like everything that you can possibly put on it, was like $150. But they've updated it, eh? They've updated it greatly, so you can add all of this other extra crazy stuff. Get it engraved and everything.
Yeah. I have an Xbox One controller that Isaac has stolen that has Pharaoh TV on it. It's yellow, it's pink, blah, 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 but he took it, so it's sitting on his thing. All right, Mark, any other thing other than the gross Sony showcase that people loved, the fanboys loved greatly? It was terrible. I'm sorry.
No, but I wish I would have watched the Nintendo one just to see what they got coming out, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm not interested in Mario Wonder. I'm not. That's
Has
a new
Mario
one, right?
fallen off?
I was kind of surprised that you wouldn't be interested in that.
Yeah.
Do you think Mario as a game has fallen off?
Okay, I'm gonna say no globally. Me personally, yes. What I think they're doing is they're doing the exact same games on the Nintendo Switch just to make a quick buck. The next Nintendo Switch 2 will have a 3D Mario. It will, and that's supposed to. I think that's going to come out the end of next year. End of 2024 is going to be a massive year. I'm just saying, massive for games and hardware, because we're going to talk about this here in a sec. This is a great segue. Good job, Paul. Segue, Mark. Thank you. Personally, I watched the couple trailers and I'm like, I'm not interested. I don't want to play this. I don't want a side-scrolling Mario game that's exact same as the last 5 side-scrolling Mario games. I really don't. Will it be fun? 100%. Do I want to play it though? No, I really don't. And it's going to be $92 for me if I buy it. And I don't want to spend that money because Mario games never go down in price, ever. It's stupid. So, segue into that. The refresh planned for late 2024. So Xbox had this from the FTC court issue, whatever. There was a bunch of information leaked, okay? I don't know if that was on purpose. I don't know what happened or the point was. I'll tell you, whoever did that, whether it was Jim Ryan, the PlayStation, FTC, because they're in bed with Sony, they probably thought this is going to get Xbox. What this did was land a crater in the middle of the gaming world and send Xbox tidal wave all across the world. And this is wonderful. This is all great news. This is all great talking points. So it's not guaranteed, okay? This is all hypothetical. This is all plans that were on paper. A refresh plan for late 2024 for the Xbox Series X. We don't know what they're going to call it, but it's the code name is Brooklyn. Brooklyn will deliver 4K Gen 9 console gaming with more internal storage, faster Wi-Fi, reduced power, a more immersive controller, and a beautiful redesign that elevates the all-digital experience for the Xbox ecosystem. And there's a crap load of stuff. What I'm going to do, if you guys want to check it out, maybe I should be doing this from now on, is I'm going to put in if you guys want to take a look, there's the link. I just threw it in there. Feel free to take a look. I like the design. So what it is basically, and this doesn't look like this. It looks like the Xbox Series X, but it's just a cylinder. It's just black, it's cylinder, and it looks, me personally, I love it. I think it looks fantastic. But I also love the mini fridge I have in there. That's called the Xbox Series X. It's perfect. Yeah, that. I love that, Mark. But yeah, that is the mini fridge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but even just the Xbox itself, everybody calls that the mini fridge. That looks wonderful. I think that's ergonomically pleasing. It fits perfectly anywhere you want. It's nice and rectangle. So my question to you guys is, do we need a mid-generation refresh, hardware update?
I'm just going to say that if Elgato wants to sue Xbox, for the design.
Oh my gosh, not even. Not even.
I mean, that's the first time I had to look at my microphone real quick.
Listen, you don't even like that Elgato microphone because you're not even using it.
So PlayStation has been doing it for years. Where they'll switch up the PS1, PS1 Slim, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2 Slim, every single system and everything. Yeah. They've done that and everything. From what I've seen with Xbox is every time that they really do another kind of console, they always improve it some way, somehow. Yep. They did it with Xbox One. Then it became the what was it? Because I had that one, the white one, the Xbox Xbox One S or something
Yeah.
like that, where they added 4K like videos and stuff like that. You can watch videos in 4K. So at least they're doing some good updates for it. As far as looks,
That's okay. Yeah.
It is what it is. I think Sony has something coming out with their PlayStation. They're doing something, some kind of model update or going forward.
Okay.
I think a slimmer version or something like that. But as expensive as consoles and stuff are getting these days, will I, fork out the money for it? Probably not, especially with this beast right here.
Yeah, exactly. Curvy, how about you? Do we need an Xbox refresh? Or sorry, a mid-generation refresh? Sony and Xbox.
Well, I don't think so. I guess like in my head I immediately think about phones.
Sure,
Oh,
yeah.
it's the iPhone 14, and then you have the iPhone 14 Pro, and then you have
Yeah,
an
yeah.
iPhone 14 Pro for whatever. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like all these minor changes that really probably will never affect your gameplay.
Yep.
The only thing for consoles that tends to be a bigger deal for me, especially early Xbox and early PlayStations, like it sucked because like memory was used so quickly on them. So I do like that they have a larger memory capacity.
2
like if you wanted
terabytes.
Right. But like, if it was an Xbox and then an Xbox Pro, you could choose to get a smaller memory for cheaper or a larger memory. Like those are the only two distinctions for me, like as far as like generational that really even matter. Most
Yeah.
of the other stuff, if they add more, your price is going to go up significantly, So like, and then the other big question, I guess, is like, are the consoles going to be able to improve on graphics or anything like that? And or are the games going to match that anyhow?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like most games right now are kind of all playing on the same level of graphics. Like, anything new that's coming out, they all seem to have fairly good graphics, unless it's stylized a certain way on purpose, like if it's a pixel game or whatever. So, like, in my opinion, all these mid-generational things they don't make sense unless it's a significant upgrade of some sort.
Sure. Yeah.
PCs have the ability, obviously, like, you can update one thing on it and it will massively change
awesome.
performance.
Yeah.
A console, it's like, you can't really alter it to customize it to what you want to play.
Yep.
So I guess that's where PC kind of has a leg up on consoles too, outside of like being able to play a variety of games anyway. But like we've talked about buying a new Xbox.
Yep.
I have old consoles. I mean, we have the original PS4 and original Xbox One.
That's
so,
okay.
Like when they were first, we don't play them much anymore. Like I said, it's kind of just like a couch game here and there if we decide that we want to play it. Otherwise, we play on our PCs for the most part.
Yeah, if that works for you guys.
If we want to play couch co-op or whatever, then we do turn on the console, but that's about the only time it gets used. So we don't need anything super fancy and super updated, but like Starfield, I can't play it on my Xbox. I have to have the new Xbox.
Of course.
To be able to download and play it.
Yep.
I could play it via the cloud gaming, but there's like a huge wait time to get in, and I'm just like, not worth it for me,
No,
I'd rather, so if we get a new Xbox, I will probably play Starfield on console.
Excellent. Okay.
But that's an if we get a new one, and by the time we get to that point, I'm like, there's probably going to be another new console that costs just as much as a computer, so.
Yes, no, that's right. The leaked document says it's going to stick around the $499 price, the exact same as the X.
That's good.
So yeah, so you're going to get a better system. My thing is I don't think we need a mid-gen refresh because the power of the PS5 and Xbox Series X, game studios they're not even delivering games that can meet that capability. Some, yes, but for the most part, no. Case in point, the 30 frames per second, 60 frames, blah, blah, blah. We don't need it. 2028 is going to be the brand new PS6, Xbox, whatever. That's going to be when the new systems come out. And so we just got to wait. The PlayStation hate here is toxic. This is funny. Okay, so that's that. That is some cool news. All of that stuff going on. Here was something else that in the leaked documentation. Xbox leaks reveal unveils Bethesda games including Doom, Dishonored, and Oblivion and Fallout. Some of these remasters, which would be kind of cool. And also other games. So this is just a leaked document, okay? So this isn't anything that's official. None of that stuff is official. But 2023, end of year, they're talking about Doom Year Zero, Doom Zero, and DLC. Elder Scroll Online expansion, which will most likely happen. For 2024, Elder Scrolls 6, which we're going to talk about here soon. And that's not coming out in 2024, just as a heads up. Project Kestrel expansion, licensed IP game, Fallout 3 remaster. Remaster of Fallout 3. Elder Scroll Online expansion, Ghostwire Tokyo sequel. Already, I can't see that happening. Dishonored 3. Dishonored 1. Oh my gosh, what a great, wonderful game. And Doom Year Zero DLC. So I don't see anything about Gears there, which is kind of disappointing. So, but yeah. That's just leaked documentation. I just wanted to touch on that for a little bit. Also, Jim Ryan, I just want to say Starfield past 10 million players. 10 million players. It's incredible. It's so good. The hate that the other fan base, other than the fan base outside of Microsoft and Xbox, the hate that's being hurled towards this is propelling people to play Starfield. And I can tell you right now, I bet you there's tons of PlayStation fanboys playing this game and loving it. Yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Also, I watched a video where a PlayStation guy, 100% PlayStation guy, he is known for PlayStation, was bashing the new Spider-Man game. He's saying he broke down the new trailer. He's like, I've done this. I've already done this before. And he's saying, look at this. You're going up a building. Things are crashing. You got to dodge out of the way. He said, I've done this in the last Spider-Man game. What's new in this new Spider-Man? He said he showed a part where Spidey's being dragged behind a vehicle with his web. He goes, I did this in Uncharted. What's going on? I've already done this in another game. He was mind-blowing. So this PlayStation fanboy guy was just hating on the new Spider-Man game. But he said, I want something new. Give me something amazing in this Spider-Man game that's going to make me want to spend top money to play it. So I don't know. I'm going to play Spider-Man. I'm not going to pay top money to do it. And that's it. This new Spider-Man game is going to be awesome. I'll admit Sony has way better exclusives. But now that Starfield's going to be here, Elder Scrolls 6, that stuff is right up my alley. So we're almost on par, baby. Yeah. All right, Mark, did you play Division? Have you played the Division series?
Not since Division 1.
Okay. And Kirby, how about you?
Same.
So you guys, why didn't you guys get into Division 2?
Other games.
Okay.
Other games just coming out. That's what happens with a lot of games and everything like that. You know, you get caught up and you're like, GTA 5 is coming out. Oh, let me grab that. Or unfortunately, the new 2K, when I used to play 2K, you had to get that every year.
Yes,
so Division kind of got lost and everything.
Kirby, what about you?
I don't think it really held up to other games. Like, I liked the style of game that it was. I always had a hard time fighting the enemy players or whatever. And they introduced like all of the, I can't remember what it's called, the purple zone stuff.
Yep. Yeah, the dark zone.
I could never go. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah. I could never go in there. I would always die, and then it's like you lose everything. And so I would only play it if I had people to play the game with, because I could never solo play it. I don't know if like I was not very good at it, or if the weapons I chose were just not the right things, but like for me, it was just frustrating because it's not I feel like it should have been something you would be able to play solo, but for me, I just
Yeah.
I couldn't even play the missions solo after a certain point. Like
Exactly, yeah.
it just like kind of stopped all progress, and it was just like, why bother playing? And then I just lost total interest in the whole thing
Sure.
because I was like, the second one's going to be the same thing. I don't want to start playing something and then have to stop because I can't play it solo.
Yeah, you have to play it with people. The Division is a bullet sponge game, and I liked the first one. I thought, I was like, all right, this is cool, and moved on. Division 2, I got caught up in the hype. I purchased the $150 edition, the super expensive one, and I was like, oh, this is fun, and I streamed it. I played it for a bit, but it's the exact same thing over and over. You go through, you empty 10 clips into one enemy, then you move on to the next enemy, empty another 7, and then go to the boss, and you just run out of bullets because you're trying to fight the super yellows or whatever. And it's not that fun. I like it, but it's not that fun. Especially by yourself. It is virtually impossible to play by yourself. Unless you have hacks, cheats, or the super superior items, but reaching that point is not too easy. But yeah, Chris just said it gets boring, and it kind of does, especially if you're by yourself and you can't beat a part, or you make it to a checkpoint and all that's left is a boss, and you just can't beat it because he's friggin' impossible or stupid. I'm not a big fan of bullet sponge games. I like Destiny. I would love to go through Destiny 2 with a crew, but it has to be full people, like everybody, because that's a bullet sponge game. And looter shooter bullet sponge, but like I get it, but oh my gosh, if it's too extreme, I hate it. I can't stand it. So they announced Division 3's in the works, which makes sense. Of course they're going to do that. So we'll see what they do with that. There's not much information known for that, so that's kind of cool. All right, what is this? Huge news! The CMA approval is a significant milestone towards Xbox merging with Activision Blizzard. So Jim Ryan, I gotta say, and you know what's funny? Jim Ryan flew to the UK or whatever. Kirby's holding back her yawn. Well done.
I'm trying.
Yeah, Lee does the exact same thing, but I can always pick it up when he's doing it. And I saw you do it. I saw you do it last week, and I didn't call you up, but today I did just because it's funny. Sorry. So yeah, Jim Ryan flew to discuss this again, trying to stop the CMA Activision Blizzard thing, which is mind-blowing. Instead of focusing on PlayStation and getting them to where they need to be, he's still fighting this nonsense. CMA's like, you know what? Xbox has promised to do what we need to do. We're going to approve it. So this week or next week, it's going to be officially announced. But everybody, including the CMA, Xbox, they've already said, this is great. We're in. Everything is done. Activision Blizzard is going to be officially with Microsoft, and this is fantastic. I'm super excited, and let me delete this because that segues to the next one. But yeah, Mark, let's go to you. How do you feel about this year-and-a-half adventure since it was announced is finally done?
I'm surprised Xbox didn't just pull the plug and say, you know what, we're done with this.
With the UK or the deal?
With the deal. Usually usually when companies have to deal with a huge legal battle like Xbox had to deal with the FTC and the CMA and everything, they're battling things on multiple fronts, and they still push through everything, which I'm shocked about. Because sometimes these things can get very costly. Yep. And I'm not sure how much money Microsoft has spent on these lawsuits. I know they got the money, but
$1 trillion company, yeah.
Yeah, so they've spent quite a bit of money, trying to get this deal to happen. Not to mention the purchase price for the deal,
$69 billion.
So I think it's. I think they're probably looking towards the long-term revenue from Activision, mainly Call of Duty, because there's always a new Call of Duty every year. So they'll get their money back eventually, but they did spend quite a bit of money doing this deal.
They'll definitely get their money back, especially with Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But all the other IPs that are wrapped up into Activision, and Blizzard, but Activision specifically. Curvy, how are you on this? Because we're all going to benefit because you guys play PC. You guys play a PC, so a lot of this stuff could be resurrected, old school games that you remember, all of that. So, yeah, it's finally over.
I'm happy about it. I mean, I don't have much to say about it. I'm like, I guess on Mark's point, like, if they already, like, once they started that process, why back out of it?
Yeah.
You know, then it's truly a waste of time and money, but they stick to it. They have a potential for that long-term income stream from it as well.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, with, I guess, Microsoft in general, like, they have the benefit of the PC side of things.
Yep.
So they get an extra kick because now they have all of it, and I think that it's just going to it's going to be a good launch pad for more things to come.
Yeah.
To Xbox and PC stuff. So
it's pretty exciting.
I mean, I haven't PlayStation, like, I guess, like, when I was growing up, I was a Nintendo kid, and then I got a PlayStation, and like, I had a Sega Dreamcast and all these things, and I've never really been, like, a console like, I didn't care. Yeah. I just had games, and I liked games, and I'm kind of very much still that way. I don't really care for, like, exclusives, so, like, if it's something where a specific developer only works for a specific company and that's their contract, I understand legalities and all of that.
Sure,
but,
yeah.
like, for me, it's like, why don't we just put everything everywhere? But that's kind of, like, I feel like with Microsoft and the acquisition and all of that stuff, it's going to balance out PC and Xbox a lot. There's not going to be so much of the split between the consoles and PC. It's going to bring Xbox up in that level with PC, and then it's going to leave PlayStation kind of down, stuck in their own hole, unless they want to change something to improve the balance again. You know, that's kind of, I guess, in my head how it's working is, like, Xbox bringing their level up closer to where PC is, especially now that they're acquiring Activision, Blizzard, and all that.
Which is awesome.
So I think it's a good move on their part. I'm excited either way. Like, we've been talking, like, do we want to pre-order the next Call of Duty? And I'm like, yeah, probably. Like, we play them every year.
Sure.
I have delayed my purchases before, like, for games coming out. I'm like, this one looks cool. It does have a zombie type of mode.
Yes.
That's what Weezy and I have always played, is zombies more than actual multiplayer. So we're excited to try that out. It sounds like it's going to be a strange mode. It's like DMZ, but zombies.
Yeah. That could be all right.
And the previous, I don't remember which Call of Duty it was now, but they had the Outbreak mode. Mm-hmm. Which was very, like, task oriented. It wasn't like waves of there were zombies, but you would, like, go do this and then go do this and then go do this. So they're gonna have, as far as what I can tell, they're gonna have, like, Outbreak and DMZ smashed in with zombies, basically. It's not going to be round-based, it's going to be task-based, but it's also DMZ style.
I think I'd like that.
PvPvE, I guess, is kind of what it would be. I don't know. I think it's going to be frustrating, depending on how, well, like, I guess if it's going to be like a Sea of Thieves thing, you know, like, the PvP part of it sucks sometimes when you're trying to get a certain task done and then you just get destroyed. So that's my concern about it being like DMZ style, is that another team can just roll up on you and potentially just cause havoc, you know? So
all right. No, I get it. No, that's really good. So I'm excited for the mess to be over. It's over. It's just not 100% official. They haven't did the announcement, but they said they were quoted, the CMA, saying with the Microsoft changes that they will make or address, it's acceptable to them. And so Jim Ryan went to talk to them again, which is mind-blowing. It's stupid. And before we move on to our last two topics, Jim Ryan had, and I saw this on Twitter, and I was like, this can't be real. There's no way. And I don't know if I could possibly find it now. But somebody quoted Jim Ryan saying Jim Ryan's going to get PlayStation to start focusing on first-party content and not be so focused on third-party content. And I instantly think of the Wii U. The Wii U focused on first-party content and did not have really hardly any third-party content, and that system was a failure. If you don't have third-party content, people aren't going to go out in droves to buy your console. They want to play your first-party games, but there's also all these other third-party games that multi-platform. If you don't have it on your PlayStation, they're going to play it on the Xbox and Mortal Kombat on Nintendo as much as possible. So I don't know if that's true, guys. Apparently, Jim Ryan was quoted for saying that, and if that's true, I think that spells huge trouble for PlayStation. So, yeah, exactly. Jim Ryan needs replacing, James said. Yeah, by the end of March next year, Jim Ryan will be gone. Or it'll be announced that, hey, we've cut ties. Jim's done. See you later.
Well, they're turning themselves into Nintendo, basically. I feel like it's like, okay, you can't play anything else that everyone wants to play.
Yep.
Little side note. I've been in a PC side of things. In Steam, I have been kind of. I find them on TikTok, but it's like indie games, I guess. Yep. But I've been following a lot of those and like putting them in my wish list, and a lot of them are releasing like testing servers or whatever. I just got a test server invite to where'd it go? It's called Mini Royale.
Okay.
And it is like the green toy soldiers from Toy Story, and it's a battle royale.
That's funny.
It's a play test. I want to try it. I've been doing a lot of those lately where I'll like request to have be part of their testing servers or whatever, just to see. I mean, like it's a free way to play a game, and if it is good, then I'll keep it. If it's terrible, I delete it.
Sure.
I played one that was hawked and stuff. I guess my point in bringing up all of these things is like, if PlayStation goes first party stuff only, like you'll never see any of these like little indie games ever again. And a lot of them are really fun.
Let me just say, Xbox right now with Game Pass and everything is the ultimate gaming experience, especially if you want to support and play indie games as well. You can't match it right now.
Nope.
I'm just waiting for Jim Ryan to come back and say something. I think I would say Jim Ryan is in the midst of typing something right now. I won't say for sure, but yeah.
Definitely not me. So,
Yeah. All right, let's do this. I need your guys' feedback on this. Kirby or Mark, or well, both of you. Have you guys played the Elder Scrolls games like Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Elder Scrolls Online, any of that stuff?
A couple.
Okay, Mark, how about you?
Not Skyrim. I played. Oh God, Elder Scrolls
Online, maybe.
Probably
no, for 360.
360 would have been Oblivion, where the fiery gates would open out, and then the imps come.
Yeah.
Okay, Oblivion.
Yeah, I've played Oblivion and Online.
Have you played Skyrim, Kirby?
No, I've watched a lot of people play it. So.
Frig, that's a good game. Okay, so I'm telling you right now, Elder Scrolls is my main jam. Okay, that's my story there. That's what I like to play, is that fantasy world. I want to be a wizard. If I could be a wizard in real life and shoot fireballs out of my hands, I'd totally do it. You're a wizard, Polly. Jim Ryan just said Game of Elder Souls on X. Anyways, we'll move past that as nonsense. And so this right here, Elder Scrolls 6 is most likely going to, according to the leaked documents, because these are documents that had to be presented to the judge and to the court, Elder Scrolls 6 looks like it's going to be an Xbox exclusive. And can I please say, I hate the fanboyism. I hate the console wars. I can't stand how people get all crazy and hate each other over a game and stuff like that. But the way PlayStation and Sony fanboys have acted the last few years, and just the elitist attitude and mindset, Elder Scrolls going exclusive to Xbox, I'm kind of like a sort of moment to it, because Elder Scrolls is an amazing series, a brilliant game, and I'm telling right now, Elder Scrolls 6 should be played on Nintendo, should be played on PlayStation, should be played on Xbox, okay? But I get what they're doing. They're pivoting as the premier console and game company for gamers. And that's what they have to do. PlayStation has bragged about this, and rightfully so, but they're just so smug about it, and it's really annoying. With this happening, if this is 100% true, which I think is 99% true, this being exclusive, this is amazing. And I'm super excited to play. I can't wait for Elder Scrolls 6, I'm telling you right now. I will never play another Elder Scrolls game again. So all the people that are saying, well, I don't care, Elder Scrolls not fun anyways, they're lying. They're lying, 100%. They're lying. These are immersive, mind-blowing games. And the fact that they put a game like Starfield is just incredible. So this is crazy. This is huge. Any thoughts on this to you guys with Elder Scrolls being Xbox exclusive?
Not surprised.
Yeah.
I feel like with all of the acquisition stuff and everything like that, this is kind of like their spotlight moment to say in your face, and we're going to keep doing better.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I get why they would do it. I also agree with what you said, Paul, like it should be played on everything, because I don't know if I've met a gamer really that hasn't at least tried an Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah. They're that good. Excuse me.
And I played the online one multiple times.
I streamed it on PC. I played it on console. Both. It's great.
Yeah. And then like the other thing, I know Skyrim. I used to watch a lot of PC players play it, and there's like all these mods and everything for it. So like people can really turn these games into a whole nother level of gaming too. So like I guess like by making it an exclusive, it may hurt the game more than help the game. Like looking at it from that perspective, as a company, I fully understand why they would want to make it exclusive.
Yeah, no, I get it.
That community is going to probably not be very happy about it.
Oh no, they're going to be
If
upset.
they're hardcore Elder Scrolls people.
But
like,
yeah, so if you look at the Starfield fiasco where all the Sony fanboys have gone to Metacritic and given it zeros and ones and stuff like that, this is where I come from the point of, PlayStation people. If you weren't such D-bags and just embrace all of gaming, we wouldn't be in any of this mess. Jim Ryan just said, Phil Spencer is a snake in the grass. He thinks he's the god of gaming because he has deep pockets. Phil Spencer is the god of gaming, hands down. He has turned Xbox around. Don Matrick destroyed Xbox, and the only reason we had to go into this building mode is because Don Matrick and what he did with the 360 to Xbox One, which was garbage. But Phil Spencer, dude's a legend. He will go down in history as probably one of the greatest things that ever happened to gaming industry. He's a gamer, though. That's the thing. Phil Spencer's a gamer. Jim Ryan isn't. Jim Ryan is a crier. Phil Spencer's a gamer. He's playing games. People can see his profile, what he's playing. He's playing indie games. He's playing their big games. He's playing PlayStation games and Nintendo games. He plays them all.
All right. So here's my thought process about that.
Let's go, okay. Mark Ryan.
Phil Spencer is, like you said, he's a gamer and with very deep pockets available.
Yep.
Jim Ryan is a businessman. He has some deep pockets. True, Sony's got some money behind him, but he is not a gamer
Yeah.
like Phil Spencer is. So, Phil looks at games. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Let's play this and everything like that. Has he made a couple mistakes this year with Redfall? Absolutely. Redfall was a disaster. Based off of how he hyped it up and everything, Redfall was a disaster. Apparently, Starfield was too, according to IGN.
No.
And maybe a couple other people.
No.
But
No.
Jim has PlayStation Studios behind him. I feel like they've been they know what they're doing behind them. They don't have to be managed or anything like that. They're always going to put out top quality games. The exclusives on PlayStation are indeed better than the Xbox exclusives at this point in time. Maybe that will switch here in a few years and everything. We will see. But as it stands right now, God of War, Spider-Man, Wolverine. Let's see what happens with that.
Yep.
Who else am I missing?
But is Sony innovating?
Are they?
Where's the new IPs for Sony? What have they released this year that could be classified as a new IP?
Honestly, nothing really. We'll see what they got, after the showcase with the man falling down and stuff like that. But it's. I don't know. I think all their focus is based off of what they've already built.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Chris had mentioned it could be for Elder Scrolls 6 that they haven't made a deal with Sony yet. So, Chris, according to the court documents, Microsoft said that Elder Scrolls 6 will be Xbox exclusive. What should happen then is they should make it a timed exclusive. Let's make it a year, like same Deathloop, right? So back to Sony and their devilish ways. They paid for Deathloop to be an exclusive for a year first before it went out on Xbox. They've paid for stuff to be from Call of Duty exclusive to PlayStation instead of Xbox and stuff. So why not make Elder Scrolls 6 a year, at least a year, exclusive to Xbox Series X? I don't know.
I think that would be a good balance.
Yeah, I think so.
They get the bragging rights for having it be an exclusive.
Yeah.
And then everyone else still gets access to it eventually.
Either way, I'll still be able to play Elder Scrolls 6. Just throwing that out there. Okay, let's move on to the final topic. This has me excited. As soon as I saw it, I sent James a message. I was like, dude, I think we're going to be good. So if you've been around my channel, I love Sea of Thieves. A couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, maybe, James and I and Lee were playing. We decided to do this big event, and we were kicking butt. It was awesome. And right before the end, we had a couple D-bags swoop up on us, destroy our ship, kill us, and they stole our loot. And then we chased them down again before we got caught up with a Kraken. And it was, I stopped the game. I uninstalled it. Lee stayed just to be the good boy that Lee is. James and I both quit. I uninstalled the game. I hate Sea of Thieves. The PvP stuff is so frustrating and disgusting. I can't stand it. All we want is a PvE where we can just enjoy the seas, enjoy the world, enjoy the adventures, because that has been the funnest part for me. The adventuring, not PvP. The best time I had in Sea of Thieves was Community Day. It was me, James, I think Mooney was with us, and everybody says, hey, we're not attacking anybody. We're all going to join in a fleet and have a good time. And so that was the best day I ever had on Sea of Thieves. And but there was 5 ships all in a fleet together, and we were just doing our own thing. Nobody was attacking, and it was wonderful. So, surprise, Sea of Thieves is finally adding private PvE servers where you can play solo or you can play with your crew, which I'm super excited. It says here, An entirely new Sea of Thieves game mode, Safer Seas, will let players sail either alone or with a chosen crew of friends within their very own private game session. So if you've got tall tales to complete or fish to catch, or if you simply need to spend time finding your sea legs without interruption, Safer Seas has you covered. I am friggin' excited, almost swear word worthy. This is coming out October 19th. It says, however, there's a catch, including reduced rewards. Players won't be able to explore the full breadth of Sea of Thieves offering while sailing the Safer Seas for reputation gold values. Private server players will just get 30% of classic mode. High seas earnings, trading company progression will be capped at level 40. You can't become a pirate legend. Athena's fortune trading company is not available in this mode. To me, that's no big deal. I'm already pirate legend. I got millions of dollars or gold or whatever. So Rare says the more competitive features and advanced aims of the game will remain exclusive to the original experience, such as hourglass faction battles, the ability to captain your own ship, sail as part of a guild, sail as a trading company emissary, and participate in live events like Golden Glory. You can see and hear what exactly Chapman had to say at 7:30 mark in a video, blah, blah, blah. Season will be launching October 19th. So now that they have this, you're going to see them turn back some of that stuff where people are going to be like, well, I would like to get up to level 50 in this and 60. They'll add it. But for now, this is such an amazing thing. Kirby, to you. You played with me on Sea of Thieves before. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm excited because I don't know how to drive a ship, and like, I guess the biggest pull is like you can learn how to play the game without any crazy people coming after you. Like, I've tried to play solo before, just to play and do a couple of the little quests or whatever, early on in the game.
Yeah.
And like, there's just people will just hunt you down and not stop until like they destroy you, and then you just rage quit the game, like what happened to you. I don't like games like that, even like on The Division, you know, like you get to a certain point and then it's just like, well, screw it, I'm not playing anymore. Yeah. And that's kind of like, I don't mind playing with people, like if I'm on a ship with like everyone else. Yep. It's fine. It's more fun that way, and obviously like the PvP part of it can be fun. Sure. If that's your goal going in. If you want to get into ship battles and stuff like that, I fully understand that level of play. But if you want to go and get all of your quests done and story things like that, having it be uninterrupted and unchallenged, I think is a necessary thing, and they should have done this a long time ago, really, yes, in my opinion. It probably should have come out with the game, but it makes me want to play it again. Because it's a beautiful game, and I do love the concept of it, and I think that it's a good move. Cool. Mark, how about you with Sea of Thieves? You played with us before too, Mark, on Sea of Thieves.
Yes. Yeah, I love Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is a really, really, really good time. But that's a game that you, excuse me, that you have to play with friends. Yes. I will say that. But I love it. Anything dealing with the sea and stuff like that, I truly love. As you know, I love fishing and stuff like that. Yep. Going fishing next week, as a matter of fact. But yes. So it's an absolutely great game. I know the whole Monkey Island thing. That seemed to be a disappointment for a lot of people. Like, we're playing Sea of Thieves tomorrow to try to finish the second part of this. Because September 28th, in 4 days, is part 3 and final of Monkey Island stuff. It's just, to me, it just sucks. Yeah. Personally. But regardless, it's always a good time, especially playing with you guys and everything. I know James loves that game as well and everything. You guys do have some epic moments, but but sometimes the game can be very repetitive too, which I just want. I want a major update for Sea of Thieves. Yep. Like something to change to make it more awesome. Maybe some better AI or some different AI added to it, but it'll still keep me playing though. Sure. No, this is awesome. So this is great news. I know the people who love PvP, they're going to be upset by this because the player base is going to
go out of their servers for trolling, but I'm totally cool with it. I want to experience things that I can't experience because I'm going to get trolled. And I just think that's stupid. So anyways, this is awesome. October 19th. I didn't realize the date until today. Until a few minutes ago. So I'm very excited. That was our last topic, unless you guys have something else.
No, I'm just looking into this Modern Warfare 3. The Vault Edition is $99, and I'm just reading what it comes with.
It'd be $129 for me. That's the super pricey one, right?
Yeah.
So it comes to
that's
140
the
some
pricey
bucks.
version.
Yeah.
I just don't know sometimes because I got the $100 bundle last year with Modern Warfare, and I started saying to myself, I'm not going to do it next year. I'm not going to do it. Then I end up doing it anyway. So I'm at a crossroads.
Well, that's your game of choice, right? You play Call of Duty all the time. Curvy plays Call of Duty all the time. That's you guys. That's your game. And so I get it. For me, $129.99 plus 15% taxes is $149.49. That's what your version of that 99 one is going to cost me.
Well, we have to buy 2.
You guys got to buy 2, right? Because you play together. But with all honesty, Kirby, that's what you guys do. So that's, for me, this is how I justify some of my stuff, like we do with the family. Yesterday we went canoeing, all 4 of us. It's like 80 some bucks to rent a cute. What's that?
I seen that.
Yeah, Steph will post more pictures on Facebook soon. But it was a great time. Last night we went to the hockey game. I bought 7 tickets for that, and that was a great time. But it's just moments or stuff, especially you guys playing video games together. You can't get rid of those moments. That's what you do. That's how you bond. It's all good. Well, part of the ways of how you bond, but it's fantastic. So no issues. I get it, but it's expensive for the 2 of you to buy 2 games.
It is, but
will you get the Vault Edition?
Primarily what we do, probably.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. But your taxes are very nil in Tennessee, right?
7%.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, I don't like either of yous. It sucks living here in St. John, New Brunswick.
In Michigan, it's only 6%.
Yeah. New Hampshire, there's no taxes, right? I think
that just means they have to pay more at the end of the year, probably.
I don't know. All I know is that's expensive for me.
So
it is, but it's a game, like I said, we always buy it. Even if we don't pre-order it, we still end up buying it.
Of course. Yep. Okay. Excellent.
So, last thing for me, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I've just now seen Call of Duty is celebrating its 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
With their massive sales. I didn't even realize that it's been 20 years and everything. And I feel like they should have did something special considering, hey, 20 years. That's a pretty good milestone for any developer. But last thing I want to say, rest in peace, Warzone 1 servers.
Yeah.
I know Phil Spencer wanted to close you guys down.
No.
I'm truly sad this week in this podcast. I had to say something about it, that Warzone 1 has ended.
Mm-hmm.
That was a major part of 2020 for me because of COVID and everything. And a lot of content creators out there really made it big based off of Warzone 1. Warzone 1 generated new content for people like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people got into streaming because of Warzone. And it's just sad that it's gone. I put over close to 4,000 matches into Warzone 1. I don't know how many matches I got in Warzone 2 at this point, but it's sad to see something that was so epic go.
Yeah.
Hopefully one day Xbox, I know you're watching this podcast along with
Phil
millions of others. We want for dance.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome. Awesome. Okay. Oh, when does the new Call of Duty come out?
November 10th. I will be ordering the game. Don't know what edition I'm going to get, but I will be
You'll get the
ordering the game.
expensive one.
Now, you're right.
I know.
Now, I will be very mad and upset if the campaign is as bad as this previous one was.
Yeah.
It wasn't the worst one, but it was pretty bad.
Yeah, there. Okay, I'll get on to a rant. I enjoyed half of it, and then there's some things I really disliked, like the end when you have to craft stuff, go looking for stuff to craft it. I hated that. Hated that with a passion. All right, November 8th on this podcast, we will do a full Call of Duty podcast for the 20th anniversary, the game coming out. So get playing the first one through all of them and get your thoughts done. You got a month and a bit. All right, Mark, where can they find you on all your socials?
Find me on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, all Ultimate Hater 87.
Curvy, where can they find you on all your socials?
Twitch and Twitter, Kirby_last.
Twitch and Twitter. That's it?
Yeah.
Already.
Well, my usernames are all different on everything. Those two are the only ones that are the same.
All right, it's fine. All right, and for me, description, you can just check all my stuff, and I'm on everything, and I respond pretty much to everything, even the troll, or not trolls, but the fake accounts on Instagram. I even reply to those people, so it's a lot of fun for me. It's like I'm an old man who has nothing to do. That's the way it sounds. Well, once Microsoft get their hands on it, the campaign will get worse. It's that healing smile. That's right. It's my healing smile. I got to go through those and take a look and get some of the quips that are on there. All right, boys and girls, thank you so much for watching. The millions watching, the billions that have watched or will be watching this VOD. I appreciate every one of you guys. Mark, thank you for hanging out with us today. Curvy, thank you. Lee, thank you for showing up. James, yeah. Chris, all of you amazing people. So here we go. So as usual, my name is Paul. You guys take care. There we go. Well, that was good. Thank you, Mark, for coming. Wasn't sure if you were going to be around. So you said next weekend you're fishing, right?
No, I'll be back
okay.
Friday. I'll be back Friday, but yeah, I am going fishing. Was it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? I'll be back Friday night.
Okay, cool. So Saturday, Kirby, yeah, Saturday, we're putting on the front door and back door. So I'll find out what time Steph's dad's coming. I'll be on call too, just as a heads up. So, but if he's coming a little bit later in the morning, maybe we could get in some early Call of Duty or something.
Oh yeah,
I'll definitely try it out.
Get some epic gameplay.
Even if I don't stream it, I could just sit in here and play until he comes. I think that's something we could possibly do.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wheezy's working, I think so. It gives me something to do.
We'll get you up super duper early. That would be awesome. Paul's making me get up at 6 a.m. This sucks.
I was up a lot. We've not been sleeping well because of the pup.
Yeah.
So.
I saw you were online on Discord when I popped in and I saw it was green for you. I'm like, oh, she's up early. Let's go.
Yeah, I was getting everything ready and making sure the dogs were good to go.
Yeah. Well, you know where I'm at. You can always send me a message, whatever, on Instagram or whatever, and whatever you guys decide this week with the puppy. But
no, I think we've already decided.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of which day.
It's only right.
I know.
Yeah. Especially if she's not eating at all.
She's not.
For days. It's hard, man. Oh my gosh. And I don't want to bring this up with all honesty. I'll just bring it up quick with my puppy. 3 years ago it was when we lost her. That was my first ever dog. Never had a dog because I hated dogs because I was attacked when I was 6 years old. Big dog bit me on the forehead. I was bleeding and everything, so I was always afraid of dogs since then. But when I finally had a puppy into adulthood dog, I'm just like, you form a bond that's unbreakable. You just love them to death. So I feel you on that, Kirby. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's a hard thing to do. And then, how's Dookie doing?
Duke is all right. He has there's a female German Shepherd that my neighbor got. only a few months old and everything.
Okay.
They don't really take care of. If you're watching this, my neighbor, you know,
Yeah.
they don't do nothing for that dog. They just open up the door, let it run wild, and that dog runs into my yard and stuff. So I walk outside with Duke a few days ago. Thank God I had his leash on him.
Yeah.
And everything, and here comes the dog, and she's jumping all over Duke. And Duke's been professionally trained and stuff like that. She wasn't vicious or anything, trying to bite him. She was just trying to play while he was trying to use the bathroom. You know, he's going pooping. This
away
dog
from me.
is, yeah, and you can tell it's just lack of training and stuff like that. And Duke was very patient, but a lot of it has to do with him being older. It's just like, I don't care. I ain't going to waste
I can't stand that. We have people who own dogs around here, and down the road, they have fenced in. They have 3 dogs, but their dogs are out there day and night, barking at whoever. There's no interaction. And then the other side of the school, there's another dog. It's a German, or it's a husky. Beautiful dog, in the yard all day and night. And all you hear is, oh, oh, oh. It's just constant. And I feel really bad because dogs want that interaction. They want that. And they love being outside, yes, but they also need that human interaction. And they want to make sure they're good puppies. They want to be told they're good dogs. And they want all that stuff. So that's frustrating to me.
A lot of people down here let their dogs just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I'm driving through like a neighborhood and a freaking dog just bolts in front of my car.
Not
and
cool.
I have to slam on my brakes. And then part of me is like, man, I probably wouldn't feel that bad if I didn't like dogs because you people are idiots, you know?
Yep.
Like, but I would probably bawl my eyes out if I ever hit somebody's pet, you know, regardless. But
so here's a story. For all summer. So, hey, Tony, COD Superstar. Good to see you, buddy. So all summer, we're just good to meet you, dude. We're just at the end of the podcast. I do apologize, and we'll be back next Sunday for the podcast. So all summer, there's been a deer and its little Bambi, fawn. And so they come into our yard. They trust us now that we feed them. And Mark, you may have seen videos and all that stuff on my Facebook. Like Steph's taking pictures of me. I'm just tossing the carrot. It comes up to me. Even the baby stays back a little bit, but they trust us. So the other day, this would have been a week ago, Steph was driving home and saw a baby deer dead on the side of the road. Because there's deers all over New Brunswick. In my area, they're almost a menace. That's how many deers and stuff there are. And so for a full week, Pharaoh TV, that's awesome, is the Discord. So all week, we didn't see the deer or the baby deer. And it was just like, oh. I said, well, let's just, because we love animals, and deers are beautiful. So we're just like, you know what? Let's just assume they're okay and go off. And then I was sitting there yesterday, and then our neighbor, this is weird, our neighbor walks his dog down our road. Our road only has our house on it. And so he waves to me inside my house while I'm sitting there on the couch. And so he's pointing in my yard, whatever, at me. I've never talked to the guy specifically. He just waves to me. And so I look over and there's the deer. I'm like, oh, Steph, the deer's back. And then I yelled to the guys, like, is the baby there too? And he's like, yes. I'm like, oh, great. So it wasn't that family of baby deer that got hit by the car and stuff like that. So it's wild.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
we're like that too.
Yeah.
I have names for other people's animals.
That's funny.
Like there's a rooster in town. I named him Zeb, Z-E-B.
Mm-hmm.
He's just hanging out at everybody's house in
Oh, that's
town.
funny.
He'd be standing in the road, and he's just like.
Zeb is a Star Wars name, by the way, for Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. That's awesome.
And I've named a cow. I named it Oreo because it's white in the middle and black on both ends.
Okay, nice
so it
dairy
looks like
cow.
An Oreo.
Oh, there you go.
And then I've named 2 horses, Gypsy and Tink. The Tink one looks like Tinker, like gold, shiny, like, and then Gypsy is just like a spotted horse, and
Yeah, hey,
So
that's
I
okay.
name people's animals and I say hi to them when I drive by.
Yeah, and that's fine. And Steph loves animals too. She's always been a dog person, but she'll always say hi to all the pets and stuff that stop by. But yeah, it's good times. Animals are wonderful. Animals are better than people. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Way better than people.
Yep.